All right, everybody. So we've just finished off the first sim, and here are the current standings. The number one seed in the East is the Orlando Magic. They are 23-7. They have Zion, Drummond, Şengün. In the 2 spot is the reigning champion Bulls with SGA, Porzingis, Beal. In the 3rd spot, we have the Sixers, who got Dame and Jokic. 4th seed, we have Atlanta with Garland, Mitchell, Bridges. In the 5th spot is the Bucks with McCollum and Tatum, as well as Jarrett Allen. In the 6th spot, we have the Pistons with Jamal, Aaron Gordon, Claxton, and Booker. That's a pretty good team. Then we have Heat, Raptors, Cavs, Pacers, Nets, Wizards, Hornets, Celtics, and the Knicks at 6 and 23. I'm pretty sure that's easily the worst team in the league if you go over to point differential. As far as I know, there's the 10 seed in the East is worse in terms of point differential than any team in the West. So the West is like a lot worse conference this year, it seems, and a lot better at the bottom. The West is just mid. Anyways, we have Minnesota in the 1 spot in the West with Steph, Jimmy, Clay. Very good team there. In the 2 spot, we have the Rockets with Harden, Amen, and Chet. Definitely an improving team. Now, 3 seed, we have the Giddy, Brown Blazers. In the 4 spot, we have the Warriors with Ja, Brandon Miller, Jabari, and Mark Williams. 5, we have the Lakers with Lonzo and Cade. And then in the 6th spot, we have the Grizzlies with Spencer Dinwiddie, Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, Kevin Durant, and Kevon Looney, as well as Towns. Spurs, Thunder, Kings, Nuggets, Jazz, Suns, Pelicans, Sonics, and the Mavericks to round out the West there. Like I said, the point differential in terms of the West, 7.1 is the 1 seed, which is not even comparable to the East, who has 3 teams better than that. But if you go to the worst teams, the worst differential in the West is the Jazz, and that's 6.5, which is just not even close to any of these bottom teams in the East. So that's definitely interesting. It seems like the Jazz are still bad, but not as bad as any team out East. So I will go ahead and show some other team stats here really quick, just so people can get an idea of how their team is doing. In terms of points per game here, the Magic and the Blazers are at the top. I'll go ahead and scroll really quick so everyone can see how many points per game their team is scoring. Points allowed, it looks like the best defense is the Lakers, and the worst defense is the Pacers. Differential, I've already talked about that. Field goal percentage, the top teams here, the Magic, Blazers, then the Suns and the Jazz are at the bottom. 3-point percentage, the Pacers are leading the league. It's 3-point attempts. 3-point percentage, it's the Bulls leading the league with the Sixers and Hawks shooting it well from deep. At the bottom, we have the Rockets, Mavs, Jazz. So these are some teams that could work on their 3-point shooting here. I'll scroll over here so you guys can see some more stats, and then I'll scroll down. I'll sort it by rebounds and scroll down just so you can see some more stats for your teams. And then we will move on. All right, let's go to free agents and take a look here at who's the top remaining free agents. Neesmith looks like he wants a minimum. Reddish, he wants a minimum. Primo, he wants a lot of money, 10 million. Basley wants about 5. Peyton Watson wants about 4. Connaughton wants a minimum. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce this guy's name. He wants a minimum though. And RJ Hampton wants 3.25. Also Zeller, he wants a minimum. And Zeke Naji wants 3.32. Then there's some other guys here who you could offer as well for free agents. But yeah. Going now to stats. Let's show player stats. I'll show league leaders first. So we will show league leaders. It looks like points per game. The worst scorer is Kenrich Williams. The best scorer is Jason Tatum at 29.5. Then Zion, Giannis, Luka, Brown, the number 1 pick, Moss, Curry, Lillard, Mitchell, Ball, Scoot, Green, Cade, Harden, SGA. That pretty much rounds out the top 20 for rebounds. Mobley is averaging 18 rebounds. I will say, for those of you who see that and go like, wow, Mobley is literally playing close to 48 minutes a game for the Jazz. So that's why he's grabbing so many boards. But anyways, then we have Davis, Wiseman, Embiid, Ayton, Kessler, Duren, Wemby. And Giannis rounds out the top 20 rebounders. For assists, I think this is the second straight year we've only had one player above 10 assists. It's Luka, but then we have Amen, Jokic, Trey, Ball, SGA. A lot of good passers here. Daniels rounds out the top 20. For steals, here's the top 9. Same with blocks. Davis is leading the way. Turnovers, Moss. Fouls, Wiseman. Field goal percentage, it's Capella. And 3-point percentage, it's Jokic, Durant, Maxey, Bane, Trey, Josh Hart, Kevin Huerter, Corey Kispert. Okay. Now we will take a look at every single individual team. And sadly, it is just probably going to keep sorting by minutes like it did last time. So there's not a lot I can do, but we'll start with the Sixers here, who are having a pretty good season. Over to the Bucks with Tatum, who is the league's leading scorer, like we said. They do have Smart out for the season, though. Porzingis and the Bulls. Was Porzingis scoring more than SGA? Oh, no, that's not. Never mind. It's sorted by minutes. Cavs. Then we have the Celtics with Duren, 13 a game for him, as well as 11 boards. Bam and the Sonics here. We have the Grizzlies, who are a playoff team in the West. Hawks, who are a top team out East. Davis, who probably should be the league's leading rebounder. Hornets. Then we have the Jazz, who are playing their guys 48 minutes a game, as you can see. The Kings. Knicks, who just made a trade with Williams, I believe. Lakers, who just acquired Lonzo Ball. Zion and the Magic, who are currently the #1 team in the league. Despite playing, who is it? Caruso at point guard? Is that who they're playing? I already forgot. The Nets here with Okongwu, Poole, Suggs. The Nuggets with Wemby, putting up 21 and 11, so definitely an improvement over last season for him. For the Pacers, Simons, Trae Young, and the Pelicans here. Then we have Jamal Murray and the Pistons. Devin Booker and the Pistons. Giannis, who's barely not averaging a double-double for the Raptors. The Rockets here, who are a playoff team out west, with Amen playing crazy good. The Spurs with Embiid, Mathurin, and the Suns. Luka and the Thunder. Is Paulo shooting it better from 3? He is, a little bit. Hopefully he continues to improve. Then we have, I think they're the #1 team out west, the Wolves, followed by the Blazers with the GOAT, Josh Giddey. The Warriors with John Morant, putting up 8.6 assists per game. And then finally the Wizards with Sabonis, Randall, Halliburton. Next, I will briefly show picks. The Knicks I can't tell if the Knicks got even more picks. It seems like they kind of did. Blazers with a few extra picks. Warriors, Wizards, done. Okay. Now I will show anyone who newly wants a contract extension. So none for the Sixers. Looks like Zubac for the Bucks. Who was that? Robinson. A few guys here for the Grizzlies. Martin and Payton for the Heat. Diallo for the Hornets. Nembhard, Olynyk. Carter Jr. for the Magic. A lot of guys for the Nets here. No one on the Nuggets. Herter for the Pacers. A lot of guys for the Pelicans. Josh Minot for the Pistons. Lamb for the Raptors. Nobody for the Rockets. A couple more guys for the Spurs here. Hield, Rozier, and Tate. Houston for the Suns. Powell for the Thunder. A couple guys for the Wolves. Ooh, is that Steph Curry? Yes, it is. Blazers, Bagley. And then Randall for the Wizards. Last thing I think is to look at cap tables. Bulls are 100 over the cap. Cavs with 32 in room. Celtics with barely any room, $406,000 worth. They have a lot of dead cap, including Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who they cut. The Grizzlies, 88 over. Hawks barely over, 1 million. Hornets barely over as well, just $4 million. The Jazz with, I believe, the second most room of any team. And the Kings here. Lakers, 22 in room. The Magic with 4 million in room. Mavericks with 28, 29-ish. 2 million in room here for the Nets. Looks like they have a few guys coming off the books next season. So they might be able to make a play at a free agent. The Nuggets are 22 over. Pacers have Lopez and Markkanen coming off the books next season. Pelicans are going to start to have a lot of guys come off the books as well over the next couple of years. Pistons look like they have their top guys under contract for long term. Raptors are going to have a lot of money also. They have a few guys coming off the books. 36K for the Rockets. Spurs have all their big guys under for a few years, so they'll be able to compete. Suns with the most cap space of anyone. They're only really paying Isaiah Stewart. 37 over for the Thunder, who look like they have at least a couple years to run it with this core. Although I think they're all young, so hopefully it's longer than that. The Wolves have 2 more years with their core. Blazers have, what is that, Capella coming off the books. And the Warriors with 19 million in cap space. Finally, the Wizards, who are 26 over. Okay. I think that is all that there is to show right now. I'll show updated power rankings because I may not show them in the video, or I may not send them in the Discord again. But here are the updated power rankings. It's kind of just going to mirror the standings, I believe. There we go. The Knicks are in last place. And yeah, that'll do it for this video. Thanks everyone for watching. It was a bit of a longer one, but good luck, and we'll set the second deadline for maybe Friday night. We'll see.